Nintendo just announced Animal Crossing New Horizons Switch 2 Edition, so today I'm going to be looking at what was added, what's next for the series, and why the Switch 2 editions are becoming a problem in my opinion. Before I get to that though, I'm closing on 80,000 subs, so be sure to subscribe. So this news came out of nowhere, it just dropped this morning, and Nintendo announced that for $65 you can get Animal Crossing New Horizons Switch 2 Edition, which is releasing on January 15th, and there's also going to be a free update for original Switch systems as well. And it's always good to see games supported, especially it's going to be almost 6 years into the game's lifespan at that point. Like, we got another update for New Leaf a few years after that was released, so this isn't unheard of for Nintendo, and I'm glad they're still supporting it. And I'm just going to go over the details of the Switch 2 edition and then the free updates. So there's some you'd expect, like improved resolution, 4K and TV mode, improved graphics. You get mouse controls with the Joy-Con, and that'll allow you to create custom designs and move stuff around easier. So that's kind of stuff that I think was expected, but then there was some things that I never even thought of. Like, you're able to locate residents of the towns by using the in-game megaphone and the built-in Switch 2 microphone. So you could literally just say your villager's name and they'll respond to that. So I think that's actually pretty cool. It's probably not going to be super practical, like I doubt people are going to use this much, but it's a neat idea. You can go up to 12 players at a session, up from 8. And I don't know how many people are actually having 8 people in a single Animal Crossing session, but again, it's just a good update to have. And lastly, there's camera play, which is basically like in Mario Party or Mario Kart, where you can just see someone's face next to their character. So there's some nice updates. Like, if you don't have Animal Crossing New Horizons and you want to play it, I'd say this is definitely the way to go. However, the price is $65 like I mentioned, and I'm going to get to that in a minute after I get to the free updates, because I do think there is a little bit of a problem here. So anyway, for the free updates, there's the Resort Hotel's grand opening. So it's run by Captain's family, and you could bring guests in from off the island. You could help decorate guest rooms. And this is something I think is really cool. Like, when Happy Home Designer came out on the 3DS, like, I was addicted to that game for a little bit. Like, I like being able to design a place for like other villagers, or just design like stores and stuff. I think it was just like a really fun game. Now, according to Nintendo, this next one will make your life more convenient, or make your island life more convenient. So now Rossetti is here, and he'll help tidy up your island. And now you could also upgrade your home storage to hold up to 9,000 items. So I don't know what it was before, but I mean, if you have over 9,000 items in this, good for you, I guess. I don't know how many people are surpassing this. Next up is Slumber Island. So memberships, or Nintendo Switch Online memberships, can be used to design and then save up to 3 islands and play with friends. You can select the size and layout of the island, and you could also access your inventory and decorate, and then invite residents from your home island. And lastly, there's new collaborations. So I'm reading this from Nintendo's website. Collect Nintendo items like the Ultra Hand and Nintendo consoles in-game to add some classic flair to your island. Nintendo Switch Online members can play select classic Nintendo titles in-game when interacting with specific Nintendo consoles too. Special LEGO items will also make their debut with this update, and you select the Legend of Zelda and Splatoon series amiibo to invite certain characters and unlock various items inspired by those series. So that's a free update, so I'm very happy about that. Like, I really haven't played much of New Horizons in the past few years. Like, it just didn't hook me the same way that New Leaf did. But these updates actually make me kind of want to go back to it, especially like the collaborations. Like, I know it's not technically a huge update, but being able to play games like on in-game consoles is just a really neat idea. Like, I remember in New Leaf, like, you could have the consoles, and if you turned it on, it didn't really do much. I don't think it really did anything. So this is probably the same as just if you were to go to your Switch Online app. But I think this just makes it more immersive. Like, you're within your Animal Crossing world and you're just playing games within there. So I think that's a really neat idea. Like, it just makes it so much more immersive. And then the Lego items, because obviously we know there's a Lego Animal Crossing set, so implementing that is cool. I also think it's interesting that you're able to use some of the Zelda and Splatoon amiibo to invite certain characters. So I know Tulin and Minoru can visit, I think, some Splatoon characters as well. And it's a nice collaboration. Like, I think that's something that will just appeal to fans of those series. Like, maybe get some people back into this game just because there's going to be new content for another game they like. I always like when Nintendo does things like this, where they reference their other games in another series. Like, when we got like Link and the Inkling in Mario Kart 8. I thought that was a really cool idea. So overall, I'm really happy with this free update. And even some of the features in the Switch 2 edition I think are cool, but the issue is just that it's $65, which is only $5 more than the original, so it's cheaper than most of the other Switch 2 edition games that are $70 or $80. That's not the issue, it's just that this is a 5-year-old game, almost 6 years old now, and it's still going for full retail price plus. Like, it wasn't too long ago when Nintendo had their Nintendo Selects line, and those were like $20 games that were originally around $50. I think they had it on the 3DS also. And New Leaf, I believe, was a Nintendo Selects game. I think City Folk on the Wii was also. And that wasn't too long after the game released. It was maybe couple of years, 2 or 3 years. And it just kind of sucks that Nintendo just will not have any deals like this. Like maybe they'll have like a Black Friday deal for a game, but besides that, it's like still more expensive than it was originally over 5 years ago. And I know someone's gonna say, well, you probably already have the game, it just costs $5 to get this upgrade. And yeah, that's fine. If it was just a flat $5 like update for it, I don't think many people would have a problem with it because you're getting a decent amount of new content. But a lot of people still don't have this game. Like what if someone's just getting into Animal Crossing now? What if someone didn't originally buy it on the Switch? Like it's just Nintendo trying to get as much money as they can out of this. And this is not the worst offender. Like at least it's a more reasonable price. Like something like Mario Party, I think it's like $80. Like that's just ridiculous that they're charging that much for a Switch 2 edition. Like we've gotten Mario Party, Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, Mario Wonder coming up, Kirby. I think there's probably more like Switch games that were already released that are now just released as a Switch 2 edition. And I don't hate that concept of just improving games and maybe even charging a little more than what you could buy it for, but it's just that Nintendo doesn't drop prices of games. Like there's very few Nintendo, like major Nintendo games that are released on the Switch that cost less than $60 now. Mario Odyssey is $60, Breath of the Wild is $60, Splatoon 2, which is basically irrelevant now with Splatoon 3, is still $60 on Nintendo's website, even though you could pretty much buy it cheaper anywhere else. It's just a complete refusal to ever lower prices, and Nintendo's really the only company that does this. Like if you look at any other developer, even Sony and Microsoft with their first party games, those games will typically drop in price. Like I miss when like you could still buy games like retail, it wouldn't be that big of a difference from buying it online. Because games constantly had deals, they went down in price. Like now it just makes no sense to go to a Target or a Best Buy and buy a game unless it's either brand new or it just has some sort of mega deal. Because I made a short about this, I don't know if it's up yet by the time this video was out, about how you could save hundreds of dollars if you just simply buy games online instead of retail or even Amazon, just because Nintendo like refuses to drop the price at all. Like look at Splatoon 2, like I mentioned, like it's $60 on their website. You could buy it like used for like $12 somewhere else. So that's really where my issue is on this. It's not that they're making new content and upgrading it for Switch 2. I think that's great. I think that it's great that Animal Crossing New Horizons is still getting attention and being supported all these years later. It's that it feels like the old Nintendo would have done something like have these games as Nintendo Selects games and then like include the Switch 2 edition for maybe another $5, but let's say something like Animal Crossing New Horizons, what if they dropped it to $40 and then this would be $45? And there's also a lot of Nintendo supporters out there, wouldn't be surprised if someone commented also, who will just blindly defend this and completely miss the point of what I'm saying. Like I have Animal Crossing New Horizons, $5 isn't a big deal. I already said it's worth that for the upgrade if I want to keep playing it. It's for people that, I know this is a hard concept to understand, but people who don't have the same games that you do who still want to play it, who don't want to pay this premium for a game that's over half a decade old now. Like when Tears of the Kingdom was originally announced for Switch 2, and I made a comment somewhere saying that it's ridiculous that this game's being charged like $80. Like it came out for $70 2 years ago, and now it's gone up to $80, and a lot of people just were upset for some reason because they said, oh, you already own the game, it's only a $10 upgrade. And again, that's just not the point. The point is that it's Nintendo raising prices for these older games, adding a few new features, and then just selling that. Like, if they're gonna fully remaster a game, that's a different thing. Like, if they made a full-on, like, remaster or remake of, let's say, Super Paper Mario, let's say they make a remaster of that. Like, at least, like, that would be, like, a newer game. It's a game that's not as accessible on the Switch. And I still think $60 or especially $70 would be too high for it. But it's different than a game that runs just fine on Switch 2, except it's going to have slightly better graphics. Like, I guess these are technically remasters by definition, but I mean, it's the same game with slightly better graphics and a few new features. So rant aside about Nintendo Switch 2 editions, just focusing on Animal Crossing now. Like, I think this is a good sign that Nintendo really supports their games after a while. Like, I don't know, I haven't played much of Animal Crossing recently, so I don't know how much they were actually supporting it. But it's just nice when you have a reason to go back to a game you already bought. Like, New Leaf, I think in 2016 it got a pretty big update, like the Amiibo update, something like that. So what is next for the series? It's obvious we're getting a Switch 2 Animal Crossing. Like, this is probably just to hold over Animal Crossing fans on Switch 2, because it's probably, if they're doing this now, my guess is we're probably not going to get one until like 2027. But it's one of their biggest series now. There's no way they're going to skip a generation. Like, the last time they did was the Wii U, or technically they didn't because they had Amiibo Festival, but an actual Animal Crossing game, like the Wii U, I wouldn't be surprised if New Horizons was originally planned for the Wii U and then they pushed it back for the Switch. So they're not going to skip the Switch, like they're going to make a new Animal Crossing. It's just a matter of when we're going to get it. Like I'd assume they're really going for like this online aspect, like trying to make it more of a social game, which I really like. Like there's nothing wrong with having Animal Crossing as like a solo experience, like just building your own world, but I think there's a lot more you can do if you make it more of like a shared experience. Like maybe like you can share like a village or a town or some place with friends, like maybe not have it exactly like a Minecraft server, but have it something like that, where maybe you just like get in your world and you see a friend there and then like you're able to hang out there. I think it's just, there's a lot they can do with that. Anyway, let me know your thoughts about this in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe, and tell me what feature you're most excited for. This has been Domain with Game Domain. Thank you for watching.